Whoa, it's McGarnagle. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming in so early, man.
Yeah, man. Good to see you.
Hey, my pleasure, yo.
Vicky just gave us your props, so we're going to just set up some of your little skits, and off we go. We'll have a great time.
I know, it's not my first rodeo.
Hey, giddy up.
We're live in 5, 4, 3.
It's 10 o'clock, which means it's time for BJ and the Naked Guy.
Yahtzee.
And always with us is our Spoke Show producer, Vicky. Fat.
You guys.
We're here with funny man Mike McGarnagle. God, I love saying Mike McGarnagle. Mike will be performing at Keaton's Comedy Club on Grossbeck next to the abandoned bowling alley and the pile of burning tires. Mike!
Hey, yo, good to be here, dog.
Hey, I see that you just recorded a special for Netflix.
Yeah, I did. On my VCR.
Wait, I'm confused.
So, how's your drive-in, Mike McGarnagle?
Yo, I'm glad you brought that up. You gave me directions, and I couldn't even believe they were real. I had to get off on Big Beaver Road, which was also exit 69. Yeah.
Get a report for a traffic captor. There's been a horrific 22-car pileup on I-75 off of Big Beaver.
At exit 69.
You know, people have died.
I understand the accident was caused by a bus driver.
Yo, if it was a short bus, you know nobody was really hurt, right? Yeah.
My son has special needs. Piece of
We're live, booming on bike. You're a big Lions fan, Mike McGarnagle.
Oh, yeah, dog. I love the Lions. I go every Sunday and tailgate. You know, if you get there early enough, you can coach.
You know they're good now, right?
So where can we find more of you, Mike McGarnagle?
Yo, I'm on Friendster, and you can go to century21.com/funnyrealtor.
Van Halen, Running with the Devil with BJ and the Naked Guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is tonight's news. An OnlyFans creator broke the world record and claims to have had sex with 1,057 men in just 12 hours. Here's a conference with her immediately after.
Brenda.
Oh, I didn't want no one seeing me like this. Wow.
My God.
Harrowing.
That woman has had more nuts stored inside of her than the squirrel from Ice Age. Bill Clinton's 1996 presidential limousine is for sale. It is officially the only presidential limo to have more head blown all over it than JFK's. I'm going to bid on it.
Yeah, you should.
I think I will. A Texas man was arrested in Indianapolis for allegedly stalking basketball phenom Caitlin Clark. Police say they were able to identify the 55-year-old Michael Lewis because he was the only man in Indianapolis with WNBA tickets.
That'll do it.
Makes
No,
sense.
can't give those away,
It's an easy pick.
especially in Indy. That's where a woman cooks,
That's right. In the kitchen.
not dribbles.
No shoes.
Unless it's the first woman we talked about, she dribbles. Welcome to Normal World. I'm Dave Landau.
I am Black Garrett. Welcome. And our in-studio producer,
Hi.
Angela.
What up? Hey, it's me.
Wow. Hey, we're welcome to the show.
It's good to be here, BJ.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Morning shows are so stupid.
Well, that's basically every morning show you end up doing in like small markets. There's always somebody. Of course, the woman was loosely based on what I'm trying to blank. I'm blanking. Nina Blackwood.
Nina Blackwood.
Nina Blackwood is she's still around.
What are you talking about? I thought that was based on me.
Oh no, you totally
You just made it your own.
Yeah.
It's funny because that they call that role the hole, and in that one you have one in your neck.
What's that? My God.
They do though. I mean,
Why is it called a hole?
I think
you're
you know
feeling
why.
on
Because
you're
that's where
feeling it.
comedy goes to die.
I thought
Yeah.
just like, third chair, the
No.
hole is like you're trying to fill the extra hole or something.
No, the woman has a hole.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
We
the
all
hole
have
in the
holes,
show.
though.
Like it's the kind of usually the producer is supposed to be the one who's like, "Hey, you guys can't say that. Don't do that." That kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
Not
Which
here.
is not what she does.
Yeah, she just makes it worse.
encourages it. So yeah. Anyway, where can we find you?
You can find me on Naked Garrett on YouTube, my personal channel, and any other shows that I do, like Friday Night Tights on Fridays. And Angela, what about you?
I have a channel called Angela Does Horror on Angela
does what?
Horror.
Excuse me?
You have 1,057 videos.
I'm honestly thinking about going to the other place because
Boy, it's more professional.
it's more professional.
The lighting's
The
better.
amount of money you make over there just
I have a sense of self-esteem.
Yeah, you want to feel worth.
dignity. The chafing, I don't know. There's just got to be this at one point. It's got to not work anymore. The lubrication.
Oh, I don't think
And
it
you're
works.
you're just making fires, and that's not safe in these days.
No.
Know that.
No.
Dave,
Yes.
where can people find you?
You can find me January 25th. I will be in Frankenmuth, Michigan, and then the following week, the beginning of February, I will be in New Jersey at the Dojo of Comedy.
Frankenmuth sounds like the kind of city that they like tried to combine with another city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
Frankenmuth is actually where it's Christmas every day. So you can go there all year round to Bronner's, and their most known band, Greta Van Fleet,
Oh,
Really?
is from there.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I liked Greta Van
Not
Fleet.
nothing.
I remember seeing them when they were kids.
They were on SNL and they were little kids. At first, I thought, okay, they're just a copycat of Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
They're just kind of doing that. Not horrible. They're decent.
Wait, Greta Van Fleet is a band. It's not a woman singer.
No, it's a
it's a
band,
band.
of young
didn't know
men
this?
from
Of
Franken.
men?
Of men,
Frankenmuth,
yeah.
Michigan.
I thought it was a woman.
No,
I
the
thought
two-
she was a
they're
Stevie
brothers.
Nicks type.
But then I came back
No.
around and it's actually really good. They're actually really good.
They are good. There is the Zeppelin sound. There's no doubt about it.
For sure. But they've left that vibe and have kind of attracted more influences from other bands of that same era, but they've mixed it up. But before it was like straight up
Wings?
Led Zeppelin, and I'd be like, I'd rather listen to Wings. The same genre, all right. Rush, stuff like that.
Rush and Wings, I don't even feel are the same genre.
I didn't say they were. Were they?
Not People either love or
Wings?
hate Rush, and I like Rush. And
I love Rush.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's not like I like every song, but I do like Rush. And
The hits,
Neil Peart is the go-to for greatest drummer
Hell
every
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's fair.
when we all know it's Meg White.
Obviously. The way she restrains herself and does just the basic beats.
Yeah. It's almost like
Phenomenal.
somebody who knew music very well taught her exactly how many seconds to count.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then
She counts them very well.
every three.
Yeah, they call her the human metronome. Yeah,
Yes. Doesn't she have the coolest house, though? I sent you a picture of
it is
that.
really, very,
Do you have
very
a cool
cool.
house?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Hope so.
And then it's Halloween every day.
It's not burned down though, is it?
No. No, it's in Michigan. It's in Detroit. Oddly, it's fine.
They're from Detroit.
With White Stripes?
Yeah, the White
Oh,
Stripes.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Jack White's actually hardcore. Like, he knocked out the lead singer of one of the Von Bondies.
Now watch out,
I think
man.
it's Von Bondies. Yeah, like, he's an actual guy who's from the hood.
Damn.
Like, when you look at all the, like Kid Rock, his dad was really, like, sold cars.
Yeah.
And he's honest about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Eminem was definitely from the hood, but Jack White also completely from the hood.
Yeah.
That's why it's always the ones
from
from,
Detroit.
it's always like the Rupert Grint's and the little people like that buy ice cream trucks and buy crazy
Yeah, do
houses.
cool
and-
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
And,
be
like,
cool.
she has, like, an old mansion, and it's just covered in Halloween stuff.
That's what I would
That's
do.
awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
That's why I sent it to you, because I knew you'd appreciate it. Because it's like old Gothic architecture and then covered in giant spiders and skeletons.
She's like, I paid for this house in Beats.
You mean like LA is about to be?
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, LA is still on fire. And if you saw this, ABC reporter David Muir used clothespins on his raincoat to allegedly appear more buff.
As you can see here behind me, it's been completely wiped away. There are still flames burning from multiple buildings here and smoke.
It's important.
The red circle.
It's important to look.
See that version of it.
It's important to look jacked. When,
Oh yeah, you got to look ripped in front of all that devastation.
yeah, you have to look like you've been out there fighting the fire with your fists.
Yeah.
Well, because of the obnoxious coverage of the media, we wanted to have proper coverage. So we sent out our field reporter, Matt McClowry, to California to see what's really going on. I believe we have him on now. Matt, what exactly is happening with the wildfires where you're located?
Right now, the Hearst fire is raging in the north, while the Eaton fire is burning in the east. The Palisades fire continues its path of destruction in the south, while now the Kent fire is raging in the west. Truly a tragic day for us. Oh.
Damn.
Oh, he disappeared.
Thank you, Matt.
Man,
Yes, fantastic.
that retard can lift.
I told
See
you.
those muscles?
I told you.
My God.
Man,
I didn't believe you, but
You wouldn't know to look at him, but he goes to the gym every day.
yeah, call him the Devastator.
Dude, he's a muscle-bound man. If you ladies are into that and toilet-colored skin, that's your guy.
Yeah, we didn't even put like a color. Like we could have color corrected it and helped him out or something. That was
I mean, that's just him. He's gone. Look at that. Yeah.
that's a good man.
It's
right
because I was figuring out how to do that today. So
there. Okay.
Well, it's because God made him like that. He knows.
he looks like
it.
Wolverine right there.
He does. He looks. Except he looks more jacked than Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Good work.
pastier a little.
You're a little pastier.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, Matt has always joked that he looks like a guy who died 2 hours ago, and it's spot on. So
I too.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not like he'd be offended by anything we're saying. He's just saying it to himself 24 hours a day because God made him with a broke brain. What?
I love
He's-
your brain, Matt.
Matt's the best.
You know.
Yes.
Yes, and we
Matt
see
back.
him in the comments too. We do miss Matt as well. He's just hanging out in Florida. He likes it.
Not getting sun. How are you in Florida and not getting sun?
That's what's. I think he must just burn. He's got that
Maybe that's what it
Irish
is.
thing where like if you go out all day, just come back with freckles.
Yeah, you're just like bacon.
Yeah. Oh, it's no good. 978 active fires.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was watching some videos about it, and they were saying it's just all it is a national natural disaster, and I'm like, this doesn't feel natural. I know there was elements of like there's a windstorm that came in and picked up the flames and like made it way worse and way worse, but it's just like in so many different areas all together at the same time. Like it just felt like somebody's doing it.
Yeah, I
don't know
thought-
if it's like they did it, but like, you know, homeless people or
was gonna
whatever,
say,
like
yeah.
somebody.
The very natural people that were setting fires. The
ones that we saw.
People that
I was
were.
gonna ask you guys what y'all thought if it's a mix of people setting like arson, if it's
I think it's
the government
some of
involved.
that.
What do you think?
I think
What do you think?
I think the leading into this is like we have the homeless problem in LA is horrible. If
Yeah.
you know, if you've seen any articles or been there, you know that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, you just have like a general lawlessness. So when you see that maybe some fires started here, there's people that are just messing around and burning other things because they're like, hey, it's already on fire. I'm gonna do this over here. And it's just like a general. Like nobody cares about their environment there. That is something that I also noticed about LA is like they don't have respect for their own environment. Like up here in Texas or in the South or wherever, like there's a respect for your city, for your other people around. You clean up
Your home.
right? But there, I think people, a lot of them are like transplants. They go there and they try to get big or whatever, or they're they're struggling to live on the streets and they can't do clean up. But there's just like, no, this is our space and we're trying to like keep it clean.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, no,
like,
it's
let
not-
it happen and the government will fix it.
Yeah, there's not a
It
community.
kind of leads to this.
Yeah, there's not a community.
Right. Yeah, there's no
Sense.
community.
And like it
Yeah.
leads to, it's odd because you can't ask questions. Like we've seen that video of the woman going
Oh
up
my God, yeah.
to Gavin Newsom when
Oh,
he's on
to hear
the phone.
the president call.
Yeah, and he's like, well, he's
Literally.
not on the phone right now.
I need service.
The cell service. It's not getting through. Just shh.
And then
Look over there.
this is actually a video when somebody asked him the same question yesterday.
We're dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
Okay, and then this is him talking to the next person that asked him that question.
Hit the big square.
Yeah, he's really. Here's the problem with that first clip. He just said the quiet part out loud that they burned down everything so they could sell it. And he has investors ready.
Dude, I watched that clip and I thought for sure I didn't hear what he said. I thought he meant like he was getting his legal teams to like push that back because they're trying to protect the residents of the city that's in his state. No, Angela corrected, and no, it was in fact they're trying to make it a fast track to land grabbing.
Yeah, let's play. Just so I want to make sure the audience has heard this. Just listen to this one more time.
We're dealing with a myriad of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
So he admits, like he casually says it, like he's trying to say, look, we have these people that are speculating to buy land. Right. It's nonsense, but they are coming in tomorrow so we can sell it to them at a cheaper price.
We're going to get those to
sooner
them in days,
rather than later. Yeah.
Not weeks.
Yeah, the fact that, we're rushing them all out right now. Mandy Moore apparently needs $65,000 from fans.
Yes.
Bro.
How do you send them?
I find it.
Please do, yeah.
Like a hit show. Isn't that show still going?
We can pull down the picture of LA burning.
Yeah, it's sad. Makes me sad. Put it away.
I don't want to see it. I mean, I do want to see it thrive.
Well, yeah. I think what's happening with Mandy Moore and other celebrities is that apparently, because I guess the home insurance.
Yes.
The fire coverage stopped. Say words that are words
that are connected and make sense in that order.
The homeowners insurance did not cover wildfires, and about a month ago, State Farm especially decided to cut the insurance so it wouldn't cover these things.
Strange.
Yes, those are the words.
I try not to be conspiratorial sometimes, but stuff like that seems a little weird.
Well, it's a little strange.
In the state of California, that's known for burning a lot, like every year.
After you get gunned down on the 50 blocks of Manhattan, don't you think you're like, we'll cover it all, don't even worry about it,
you guys, we're good guys,
whatever you need, we're on our way. Jake from State Farm and Flo were just helping people out of the fire. You'd think they'd care more.
Yeah, they try to put a face on it at least, but no, that is interesting that they would months before just remove fire coverage.
Well, it's all of the things mixed together, right? It maybe if it was just one thing or the other, but it's all of them happening at the same time. It just what other option is there other than people knew about this?
Well, and it just seems strange because it's identical to what happened in Hawaii.
Dude.
That's what we were saying. Maybe it was a dry run, so to speak. Or
a
little practice.
Yeah, they're like, we'll test it out over here on the island, see how it works.
Just move
Turned
that
out
laser.
It worked out really well.
Just move it, go a little bit.
And then we have footage of people setting stuff on fire.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have any footage from a ring camera or a backyard camera of a guy accidentally knocking over a barbecue.
Right, like the firefighter said.
Right.
Yeah, it's a backyard fire that got out of hand. Like, can you prove that?
And not that
where's this evidence?
Yeah, not that it's connected, but it's like we've seen a burning Cybertruck. We're not even halfway into the month.
Bro, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like the list of stuff that's already happened is like there was a terror attack, then the Cybertruck attack that happened. Now the fires, like completely devastating, larger landmass than Manhattan, burning in LA. Trying to be positive, bro. Like we're gonna have a good year. It's gonna be good.
Meanwhile, they still have people like on the beaches about 100 miles away from LA that are lighting like lanterns on fire.
What is it for?
They're lighting lanterns.
What are they doing?
Yeah, they're just memorial lanterns
Look.
for the fire.
Stop! Stop it!
This is
Pour one out for the homies. Don't burn them.
No, this is what you do for like a dead relative, and they're like, you know what's good for fire? Fire.
How did you lose Grandpa in the fires?
You know,
Yes,
fight fire with fire.
We'll send lanterns of fire towards the burning.
And we're lighting fire balloons
Bro.
This is
Don't. Is it you get too much sun and good weather in California? Is it make you dumb?
I don't know. I'm glad that TikTok's going away. I mean, I'm not for a few reasons, but because of this. Everybody shouldn't be allowed to film things because they were like, hey, how can we make it about us?
Yeah,
and they're like, we'll get fire lanterns and send them to the fire.
Yeah. We're going to release these fires out here for everyone else. Like and subscribe. Hit that button, please.
Content.
Yeah, we're sending
We'll
gas.
call it content.
Repost.
We'll call it.
Have you even gone down to LA? Do you even know what's happening? Do you know?
So they get confronted,
they get
which is
confronted.
good. Somebody's thinking.
This is not okay. I'm working like directly in the response.
Okay, that's the worst voice,
I'm working
though.
like directly in
Yeah.
the response.
I mean, who else are you going to get? It's in California. So they are.
But it's that sing-songy, like everything's a
like-
question.
Like, this is a serious situation we're in.
Then why are you
It's like,
here
yeah,
and
we are.
not there?
Yeah, how are you working directly in response? Well, I've been like watching TDS, social media.
I know.
I've been sharing posts about
I
it, get the
know.
word out.
Yeah, just so you know, like you should see. Here, let me show you. Here's how you can subscribe. And I'm going to talk about fires.
It's kind of like
don't know.
when I went there, I made my video about LA.
No, sorry.
I talked to people from LA about like the state of LA and like not the state, but like the state of it.
Yeah.
And they're all really great people. They're all really like fun, energetic people that are laid back, and but there's something to being that and being super chill and unobservant that leads to problems like this. Like you're so like, yeah, man, this is so cool. We're like hanging out on the beach and we're not cleaning up any of the trash because, like, you know, whatever. And then we're just like letting people live on the street because they're like, that's just what they're doing, man. They're just like living their life. And then you put in politicians that say they're going to do one thing. They're like, I just love like the answer to a lot of the questions. Like, what do you think what's going on here? Oh, it's really dangerous sometimes and it's not clean. Well, how do you think it got there? I don't know.
Well,
That's somebody else's job to think of. It's like, but
Yeah.
you live here. You should be thinking of that.
yeah, cutting 140 million, like it's going on to the point where people really do want him recalled.
Yeah.
The amount of
yeah.
money is just, again, it's conspiratorial, coincidental. That was cut from the water budget, but you look at it too and go, okay, you have a horrible homeless problem. The areas that are burning too, there's a lot of red voters, but people think they're blue
Yeah,
just because it's LA. But there are a lot of red voters.
There's a ton there, yeah.
But yeah, you put in these people that are in charge, but I don't even know if it's so much this. It's this attitude of fear that they're worried that they aren't. And I hate using the term woke because I think it's just dead. But it's like they aren't being accepting enough or whatever it is. So you'd let everybody do everything, and this is the end result of it. This is the end result of a massive homeless problem, and just not electing leaders that are doing anything about it. It's all about self-centered, just crap.
Literal self-centered.
That's
like,
what it is. It's a self-centered city.
LAPD chief that we saw the video of that was saying that you can't carry my husband out. Well, he put himself in that situation. It's like that kind of like self-centeredness. It's like, I'm thinking about me and putting myself, and you should see yourself in your first responder. It's like, what is, guys, can we get rid of that? How about you see
There's other people on the
competent
planet.
people in the positions that they're in? Like, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see myself. I don't want to see whatever. Like, I want to see people that are competent. I hope that lady is competent.
The woman in
Isn't.
Crash lets Matt Dillon save her. It's a fire.
Well, that didn't work out. He did a little, you watched the movie, right?
Well, no, but he had already done that to her. But then he
later.
saved her.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about
that
the
he
end of
saves
the
her
movie.
later.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking
So
about
she's like, this guy, rubbed up on my butt and stuff during a pullover, but I also prefer that to the flames.
Just, I don't know. It's a wild.
There's just a fight
Scenario.
or flight instinct that people should have where it's like.
with Matt Damon.
Yeah, with Matt.
And I worry that I don't know if it will stick because you just said like maybe they will recall him or he won't get elected last time. I don't know. Like how many more times does it have to happen where you've goldfish brain? You go, no, but he's so handsome. Look at that smile though.
He's really
so handsome.
Look at the news cycle. Like we already are forgetting completely about like the Cybertruck
Oh my
bomb.
God, yeah.
Just because of this.
Yes.
We already have it. They've already won that.
Yeah.
So
like I saw a lot of people.
Yeah,
on-
like if
on
you
the
thought
internet-
that was a fire, just wait till Wednesday.
when stuff like this happens to like LA or people, rich people, you see a lot of they don't deserve any sympathy. Fuck them. They're rich. Who cares? And I get it. I understand that. But do that when it comes back around and they vote for the same people. That's when you go, guys, you're being stupid. Fuck you. Like, guys, you voted that in. You had your whole city burned to the ground because they're incompetence. And then you voted them in again. Like, that's when you point it out. Now when it's happening, it's like this is not the time to do that because it's like not directly their fault. It's the people that ran the country. And like, that's, I don't know. I just hate doing the jump to blaming people right when everything's happening like that. It's the same thing that they did when North Carolina was flooded and destroyed. They said, "Oh, it's conservatives. Oh, fuck them. Fuck those conservatives when bad things happen."
Same thing with like Texas and the ICE thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Why we think about it like that? It's like, well, they're just not doing what they should be doing at the end of the day.
The idea to mass human beings together really bothers me when people do that because it's like all these people. Yeah, but and they think that they're like different religions, whatever it might be, different social classes. It doesn't matter. And a lot of these people that do live in Hollywood, like you are struggling just to make it. So when you lose something like that, and then if you do, look, if you can afford a mansion in Malibu or whatever, and the insurance company tells you before you buy the house, obviously, look, we won't insure flooding, we won't insure wildfires, then you might not take that investment, especially for that much money. Yep. But if you've earned that, like the way Mel Gibson did, the way Harrison Ford, you see all these people, like that's their money. They didn't start rich. So it's like they deserve to have that destroyed. Yeah, and it's like it's
point your ire at the people that are in office, those people that failed you, that didn't fill up the reservoir in a city that is known for burning yearly. Like blame those people. I think the people that are just trying to live their life are not the people you should be like making fun of and stuff.
No,
like I don't know.
Yeah.
No, and I mean Gavin Newsom. The fact that anybody wanted him to be president after the behavior we've seen,
dude, insane. I think they were trying to get. That was my whole thing. I think they were trying to get Gavin to be the next nominee.
Well, God had other plans.
No, that's not happening now. I hope that they learn. I hope that the Democrats will learn. But you know.
No, I mean, Oh, well, if they were trying to make him look like a hero that put out a fire, it's the worst job.
And he's like, no, we're literally trying to bring people in so they could buy the land faster.
Yeah, that to a news camera.
He's literally like looking like a Looney Tunes wolf, going like this to the camera
like,
about the land.
Right.
We're working on it days, not weeks.
Do you realize you're outside near the fire and not in a room that the table's a pentagram surrounded by your friends?
Yes.
Like
that circle you're looking into, the whole America can see you through that.
Yeah. And you're announcing the sale of other people's property at a discount
Gleefully.
rate. Yes. He goes, so we do have people coming in. They're going to assess the area and see what we can get for all the damage.
Yeah. Great for us.
Meanwhile, we just sent people in Brentwood a $700 gift card.
Oh my God, I heard that and I thought, no way, that's a joke. That's not happening.
It's for OJ.
Like, okay, you got to sign in. You got to sign in on a PC. You need to have a house for that, or maybe you can go to a library. Oh, that's burned down too? Well, I don't know.
Did you see them trying to sign on to the FEMA site?
No.
Tons of people outside just trying to sign on to FEMA to get help, and they're just being kicked off the site. Meanwhile, they're watching their car that cost $60,000 get bulldozed, literally, with all these other cars. It's absolutely nuts. But yeah, the FEMA site kept kicking them off, and I can't remember why, but I believe it was like if you said you were employed, I think they would throw you off.
It would just kick you out of the system.
So nobody could get through to FEMA, which apparently FEMA, from what I've been able to tell from North Carolina and LA, is the most useless.
Like Louisiana figured that out like 20 years ago.
If you go to FEMA.gov assistance, it just says call 911.
Good luck. Fuck you.
Who are you?
This is for medical assistance. Call 911.
Call somebody else, not my problem.
Can you imagine being in LA? You call 911, you're black. Cops. Now you're just getting beaten in front of a fire.
I'm burnt and beaten. Thanks, FEMA.
They're like, we haven't called the cops since Rodney King in this city. You want me to call 911? And that's the thing.
That's nuts.
There's not even any, like half the cops in this country quit. They were like, I can't do anything now.
Yeah.
Because of my body camera. So you know what? Good luck to you.
And they got defunded, like the fire department.
Oh yeah, well they actually basically taking all the water away is like if they took all the electricity out of a taser and bullets out of a gun.
wait a second, didn't they?
Yeah, well, good luck to you.
Getting there.
Yeah. What happened? Why didn't you stop the hostage situation? Well, I did, but it turned out when I clicked, there was
It
nothing.
went clickety.
Yeah, it went click.
I have a Mega Blaster 5000
Shot
from
6.
Nerf. It doesn't do anything. They just keep coming.
It's so pathetic though that this is actually America right now.
Yeah.
And it's just it's this domino effect that needs to stop. And speaking of ridiculous, I don't know, things that go on with politicians, but Trump and Fetterman. Trump sat down at Mar-a-Lago to have a conversation with Fetterman, which I thought it was interesting that Fetterman said, look, you got to kind of reach across the aisle and talk to anybody. I'm going to go sit down with Trump, and we have an exclusive clip.
Thank you, John, for making it all the way here from the great state of Pennsylvania. Wonderful state, a lot of Amish. There's also John DuPont, shot a man with a gun. Very sad, very sad. Absolutely, John, absolutely. Absolutely. You're a fascinating man, John. You have a lovely wife. She's very Hispanic wife. Rocky Road? John, you're a fascinating man. And you're gonna live with me now. With Trump? Yes, Trump loves John. Trump loves John. Yes. John. Yes. Come to me now. Yes, come to me, John.
That brings a tear to your eye.
Beautiful.
It was a really great sit down they had. Probably the best Trump ever. Certainly
Very Hispanic.
Didn't try it for the first time today. First time I did it.
Excuse me.
Trying.
Excuse me.
I think I did okay.
It was good.
It was good.
I did what I could.
Honestly, you really nailed it in the face. The facial expression.
Never tried before. But you know what else is the greatest?
What's that?
Miracle Made Sheets.
Oh, I know
So
it.
true.
They are absolutely fantastic. They are designed, well, not designed, but they are influenced. Inspired by NASA. And NASA says use a little bit of silver to keep yourself cool at night. Everybody gets hot at night, even in winter. You know,
get the sweats.
Yeah, you get
good.
You get the heat sweats and the meat sweats near the holiday, all that jazz, and you want your body to cool off. What you can do is you can go to what is our
trymiracle.com/normal.
What?
And you're gonna get 40% off. You're gonna get 3 free towels. What kind of towels?
You're gonna get a body towel. I know that.
Buddy.
You're gonna get a face towel.
Face.
You're gonna get a hand towel.
That's it.
That covers everything.
That covers every inch of your body.
That's right.
Yep.
And the pillow, right?
Well, you get the sheet.
You get the pillowcase though.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It comes with
yeah,
the set.
yeah.
Of course, it's a set.
I didn't. The whole time I thought the pillowcase was just there to like entice you and think like, oh, look at the other things, but it also comes with the set.
You're getting that, buddy.
No, you just go to trymiracle.com/normal, and I promise you are gonna have yourself a very nice, cool night's sleep.
Oh, you'll like it.
And thank you very much, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode.
We love you. Oh, it's so good.
So profesh.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
We're getting good at this.
Profesh.
Yeah.
I love it that last story, the Trump and Fetterman. That's all we're gonna say about it.
I know.
That's all
it
that needs to be
happened.
said. I think we covered it.
I think
They met. This is what happened.
Yeah, I I imagine it was close.
Fly on the wall. That's what that was.
I mean, I don't think that was actors. I know the Trump guy sure wasn't.
Yeah, that was
That was him.
uncanny.
Yeah, the Fetterman guy. I mean, if that's not Fetterman, I don't know who is.
I don't know.
I mean, clearly, nobody's that good of an imposter.
Unless we flew him out specifically to do this sketch.
He flew himself with that cape.
He's also Robin at the same time.
Could you
It's so
imagine
good.
if that was Superman in like a a new version where they wanted to make it
like
PC.
a parallel universe.
Like, we're bringing him down. He's
That's
Bizarro Superman.
He's a little more alienish from a different planet.
Yeah.
But that's the guy that saved the planet.
Like, is he mentally? You're like, no, he's just an alien. I don't know. It's
That's just how
weird.
he looks.
I mean,
Everything's a little different here. Yeah.
he looks like a guy that has like a month to live tops.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
I love how it's just accidentally a cone head.
It is.
And it
Extra
works
top head.
perfectly for Fetterman.
He does have an oblong head.
Dude, he
Fellow.
does.
Very
It
strange.
is.
Yes, he has. I believe he had like some kind of strokey McGee.
Yeah. Well, he looked weird before.
Yeah, but oof. Yeah, he's had it rough, man. But I could barely do the scene because I just got looking at his giant buck teeth going, baby, Ruth? You guys Aki Road? I was crying. I'm like, there's no way I can keep a straight face. I mean, he committed. He was just sat like there. Well, oh, man. It's
It's just his resting.
His resting Bryce face?
Resting dumb face? How dare you?
No.
All right.
Well, I mean, if anybody was going to play him.
He volunteered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made sense.
He worked. Well.
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg sat down with Mr. Joe Rogan. CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced Tuesday that the company would be ending its controversial fact-checking practices and lifting restrictions on speech to restore free expression across Facebook.
I didn't know it needed to be restored.
No, isn't that strange?
So weird.
It's odd. It's like we were talking about this and people weren't listening.
For like 8 years.
Yeah, Instagram and Meta platforms admitting its content moderation practices had gone too far. Here is Zuckerberg on Rogan talking about how the Biden administration would call them on the phone and scream and curse at them to remove content that suggested vaccines might have side effects, among other claims.
At the beginning, it kind of seemed like, okay, we should give a little bit of deference to the government and the health authorities on how we should play this. But
did you?
When it went from 2 weeks to flatten the curve to and like in the beginning, it was like, okay, there aren't enough masks. Masks aren't that important. To then it's like, oh no, you have to wear a mask, and all the like everything was shifting around.
I remember.
It just became very difficult to kind of follow, and this
say no.
really hit the most extreme. I'd say during the Biden administration when they were trying to roll out.
You mean the whole pandemic,
the vaccine program, and. Now, I'm generally like pretty pro rolling out vaccines. I think on balance, the vaccines are more positive than negative. But
sure.
I think that while they're trying to push that program, they also tried to censor anyone who is basically arguing against it. And they pushed
like
us
you.
super hard.
Like we were all saying.
To take down things that were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said,
what?
Anything that says that vaccines might have side effects,
which
you basically need to take down.
They do.
And I was just like, well, we're not going to do that. Like, we're clearly not going to do that. I mean, that is.
But then you did.
Inarguably true.
Who is they? Yeah. Who's telling you to take down things that
it was
that talk about vaccine side effects?
It was people in the Biden administration.
Joe would call. See, here's the
I
thing.
like how he says we're clearly not going to do that.
The way
as if he didn't clearly do that.
He never ever stood up to it.
No, not once.
Ever. And I heard that recently he just started taking. I don't know if it's testosterone or something, but he started taking some kind of
That's what I've
medicine.
heard.
Yeah, and then in like a day later, he's like in better shape, wearing a chain and pro free speech.
Yeah, he's doing like martial arts and stuff. And he's like, "What's going on, guys? Get this stuff out of here!"
I thought it was interesting that he's starting to resemble AI more. Like
he does, doesn't
weird.
he?
Yeah.
He's also, I think he's like older than me, and he just doesn't seem to be aging.
Well, he's got like that stem cells.
What's that dude? He's like 40 years old, but he's gonna be
Paul Rudd.
No.
Well,
he's another one of these tech guys that's like a
right,
billionaire that says like he's never gonna age.
Oh, Jeff Bezos, he just shaves his head.
All of these guys are like that.
Although Jeff Bezos did look his age in the 90s.
30 years ago, yeah.
And now he's got to be like 104.
Yeah, dude, billions of dollars.
That's what I'm saying. Adrenochrome and stem cells.
Bro.
Yeah, it is. It's got to be, though. There has to be something going on now because you look at people that should. 80-year-olds were normally very, very messed up.
Yes.
And now you just see ones that, like, you're
Kinda
fine.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
hot.
whoa.
I'll say it.
What's going on?
Hot 80-year-olds.
What
smoke
has this
shows up
country
there.
come to? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna live till like 200.
I guess, you want a bunch of gilfs.
Ungodly. Wouldn't happen.
Who was it? Somebody, is it my husband or is it you that constantly talks about, it's
It's a
you.
weird mix-up.
It's somebody in my life. Some man in my life always talks about Kathy Bates.
It's
About,
me.
Yes,
That's
it's
me.
you.
Kathy Bates. That's my. Okay, so Kathy Bates. I'm sorry. You want to explain?
Well, you could do it
Okay,
because it's
Kathy Bates. All right, she was young when she got into acting, but she was already ugly. Like we weren't expecting her to
she
be
was
a beautiful.
She was, I believe, in her 40s when she got Misery.
And she wasn't ugly. She just wasn't a model.
Yeah, like she's not a model, you know. She's not a heartthrob. She's not a whatever. So when she aged, she
Who's
didn't
modeling
have
all that pudding.
she didn't have the expectation and the mental pressure to stay young and hot. So then she just aged gracefully, and you see her now in her like 80s. She looks like a nice old lady, and she looks beautiful. But all these ladies that were like that had all that pressure and they have all this mental fucked up and they're like, I gotta look beautiful, put all this stuff in my face, pump it up, and now they look like, you know, Mufasa.
Well, you see what it is? It's being good at your craft versus
that too.
Having nothing.
Yeah, being
Being a shell of a person.
Yes.
yes,
See, when your main quality is a whole, you're not as talented as, say, a Broadway actress.
A hole that can
I'm
talk
just saying,
good.
who suffered
visually,
for 20 years and
why they do these things.
No, you're right. You're right. But I mean, yeah, the fact is, well, it's not like Meryl Streep's really ever been some smoke show. At least not in my eyes.
That's what I was saying too. But it was just funny because it just came into my head. I was like, what man in my life is it that's constantly talking about how hot Kathy Bates?
I didn't say she was hot. She was beautiful.
Yes.
She's a beautiful elder.
You said
lady.
she was hot, dude. We were both here.
I said she was just.
You just said now that she's in her 80s, she's blossomed into exactly
That's
what
what
she
I'm in.
wants.
Yeah.
Before that, I was like, no, I don't want none of this. But now,
It would be funny if, like, 5 years before she got the movie, she was a smoke show, but nobody knows.
you're like, damn.
Yeah, I like Kathy Bates, though. I'm going to
she's
stand
great.
by
She's
it.
a great
She's a
actor.
great actress. I do.
Yeah.
Fine piece. That Kathy Bates is one fine piece of ace. Also, we have Zuckerberg has decided to throw all the tampons out of the men's room.
Oh, that goes along with what you guys were saying, where he got the new chain, he got the testosterone. Get these.
The fuck are these testosterone? I got testosterone running through my veins, and I got to see tampons in the mid. Get it out of here!
No way.
Said so. Tuesday, he announced that he was getting rid of the DEI, and then by Friday, it had removed
shifted.
tampons from the men's bathroom.
He literally says in the interview, a great time after an election is to like get the pulse of the people. So he's literally just going, hey, what do you guys like? I'm going to do that. What do you guys like? He has no like personal principles or thoughts, and he's just like, where's the wind blowing? Literally, where's the wind blowing? And I'm going to do that.
It's odd. You could say that about corporations. Like we had this idea that they were all DEI hiring and eventually going to regret it. A small list I found just looking at my phone before we started of companies that are now pulling back on the DEI. That includes Amazon, obviously Meta, McDonald's, American Airlines, Boeing. Gee, I wonder what happened with Boeing to make them want to change their mind. Jack Daniels, Cat, Harley, John Deere, Lowe's, Nissan, Toyota.
Cat?
Cat.
Come
Tractor
on.
Supply. I'm serious. Tractor Supply and Walmart.
What was their DEI? What did that look like?
A cat?
For cat.
You're like, what if you painted the tractors like pink or something?
I don't know. I'm guessing they hired people that resembled a lot of people that do construction. They're like, you're out there in the field, aren't you, Jose?
No, they'd know. They would know.
But yeah, these are all companies that have pulled back on it. Like, just
interesting.
I just can't imagine somebody like at Boeing where it's like you've designed a plane so the doors are ripping off, wheels won't come out when they land, and they're like, look, at least we're not racist.
And the whole thing, the thing is, DEI is bad because you're not promoting based on merit. Because like, any of these,
you should hire anybody
of
a minority class.
Should be whatever diverse as much as it is, and only if those people are good at their job. especially if you're making planes.
Yeah, can we go back to that where people like we just hire people based on if they're good at their job or not?
I think that's what we're doing.
Can we remember that?
Yeah.
You remember? I think that's what we're trying to do.
There's people that I will go to, like, say...
Ends up being a bunch of money sinks.
Yeah. Well, like a fast food place. And I know you wouldn't look at me to know that I go sometimes, but I do. And when you go through, sometimes you get somebody who's so pleasant. You're just like, can I tip you somehow?
Shocked.
And then other times it's like, who hired you? How did you behave during an interview? Like, have you ever asked for an electronic at Walmart? It's the most... I'm like, I know you're American, but you don't speak English.
I had the same. I had one time. It was 8:30 p.m. and I said, "Hey, I'm trying to get a game back there for my son." Hold on. I'm like, "Could you go back there?"
You have a closed head injury.
And then they call and they're like, "No, the guy that has the key left." Left? Like, yeah, for the night. You'll have to come back tomorrow. I was like, I want to give you money for a product at your store, and you just told me that the guy that had the key left.
Which isn't true. There's no way that part of your training is like, listen, when you go home at night, you take the key to the video games and the televisions. That's yours to keep.
While you're in this position, it is yours.
My husband has a similar thing going on with the Walmart by our house.
Bro.
Okay, so he drinks, right? So there are these like he drinks those stupid tea. Like twisted tea.
Twisted tea, yeah.
He likes all the different kinds, whatever. He tries all the different kinds. So there's this kind that they've started selling at the Walmart by our house. Well, not really. Because anytime he goes to try to purchase them, they're like, these aren't in the system. You can't have these. And they take them away from me. And every time we go
You're
to
like, well, then figure it out.
Yeah. Every time we go weekly, he's like, well, let's try again or whatever. And always they're like, no. And eventually he got to the point where he was like, okay, well, if they're not in the system, then these don't belong to anybody and these are mine and I'm taking them with me.
I was going to say, that's what you should do.
And that's what he started doing. they figured it out real quick how to put them in the system.
Like, oh, no, we'll get it. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what you have to do is just go, well, I'll just take these then.
So you're saying these aren't yours.
Yeah, so what you're saying is this is a lost and found item that you've left on your shelf.
Up for keeps.
Well, I'm claiming them. Good day to you.
But the way they would just be like, no, you can't have these today. And he'd be like, figure it out.
I remember being like in retail or working when I was a teenager and being like, oh, these customers suck. They're so stupid. But now that the older I get, the more I understand. I'm like, I'm so annoyed at teenagers that work at these places. It's like at the fast food place, they're just like, there's no decorum, there's no courtesy, there's no like professionalism. It's just like, oh, whatever. Like, I'm like, just a little bit. It's just like a little bit. It's just nice to have.
But even when I hated my job, I was still professional.
Yeah, you pretend. You know? That's what you do. You pretend that you like it. You pretend that you're excited to see the customer. It's fake.
Yeah.
You give them something.
Right. You don't just go like, I've walked up to them and been like, hey, same as you, like, I got to get a video game out of here. Or do you have the, like, a lot of times the scan discs for your camera will be locked up? Or
they keep anything locked up now. They keep formula locked up.
Oh yeah, they have
Condoms,
since my son was a baby. Yeah, you'd have to go get him to be like, could I get some of the, can I get the breast milk powder that you have behind a cage?
No, the key's gone.
Yeah, can I get some of that fake boob powder?
Yeah. It's over in the fake boob powder aquarium you have.
It's also like, fuck this organization. You know, I don't care about Walmart. I'm not making money for me. I'm making money for the man or whatever. I get that because I felt that for sure. But at the same time, it's like just human level, like interaction with another human. Can we just be like nice? Yeah, but that's all I care about.
You got the job. I mean, I've had a guy literally go like, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sorry.
How it is now.
Did that just fall out of your mouth?
They're like, God, I guess.
Dude, they're always on their phone. They're on their phone with headphones, and you have to be like, hey, are you the guy? And then at the end, after, if you're nice to them, all of a sudden, like in the end, they're like, you can come back here later. I'll ring it all up. We're cool. Like, well, why the dickness though? To be like, you were hiding from me. I know you were.
I saw you hiding.
Yeah. I've been on the other side. I've been on both sides of that too, and I remember hiding and being the dick.
Oh yeah, me
like,
too.
Why don't they suck?
Yeah, to go
every customer's stupid.
Why don't you know the layout of my store?
Why don't you know what questions to not ask me ahead of time?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I didn't work in like too big of like I worked at a pharmacy and that was pretty easy.
Yeah,
Because I used to be like, yeah, that's the Gatorade. It wasn't real hard.
I thought you meant like, here's the pills.
Oh, no, I did. But no, we all took turns taking out the trash, and that's when we would open up the old pill jars and fill our cellophanes to the gills. Oh, those were the days.
Mr. Cellophane.
Yeah, like, again, we were polite to the customers. We were also robbing them of pills that today would be worth millions.
That they desperately needed.
The customers or the company?
The company.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck the company.
Well, yeah, they used to, I mean, dude, you get like oxys and stuff and
God.
are like this.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, like they weren't counting them like
half-baked.
they do now. I mean, it was very, very loose and limber.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of people got prescribed benzos.
Back then, yeah.
There was this teacher I used to have to go inject his cat. It had diabetes, and so I had to.
It's not weird at all.
I'm sorry, what? What kind of scenario do you get yourself in where you
At the end, I realized
have to go to
I
your
was the
teacher's
teacher.
house to inject it with
Diabetes medication.
Yes.
insulin?
Yeah, insulin. He had a fat cat.
Was this through the school?
It wasn't.
Or was it just
a
like a
program.
handshake?
Was it a program?
Program?
What is
this program?
The program is called Angela sucked up to her teachers a lot in high school, and then she got accidentally
needs better
too close. Yeah.
Did you get close to him?
I'm sorry, I cut your story off.
I got to his house to give his cat the medication, and he kept a. Okay, so this is peak Angela is a drug addict time. Okay. I love uppers. Okay, and so he had a bucket on top of his fridge that just said Adderall.
What the fuck?
And I pulled it down. It's just a bucket full of Adderall.
Like
I was like,
Halloween candy?
Yes.
Why would you
get one?
Why would you label it? What a psycho.
It was a fishing bucket, white bucket, just said Adderall.
The man was a drug addict with a diabetic cat. Well, yeah, he had to have you go get it. The guy probably never came home because he was just up all the time.
I gotta go do stuff. I gotta be somewhere.
That's good that
Start a new project.
Like, hey, I'm a drug addict and you're an underage girl. Will you go shoot up my cat?
Don't mind the bucket full of fucking drugs.
Weird
I
about
was
this.
an adult at that point.
How old? 18? Yeah, you were a kid.
Okay, yeah.
You were a kid.
Your brain's not fully formed yet.
Yeah. How old are you? 18? Okay, cool. You know what needles are? That's insane.
The person in my headphones is saying, "How many did you steal?" And there is not a number.
Oh, yeah.
So many.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm telling you, I've seen those. Like, it was the same thing where you could just reach in and I'd have like Valiums, 5s and 10s, and then I would sell them for the same. And but you would just fill up your cellophane and walk out. Nobody noticed or cared.
Yeah, they didn't keep any record of it.
No, and then they had these 2-for-1 promotion Marlboro packs. So guess what? Those became 1-for-1 really quick.
One for nothing.
I get so many free packs of cigarettes from the promotions. Or they just come out with new Camels for some reason all the time. They were all garbage, but it was free nicotine.
No.
But it was like Camel Crush Sweet Outbacks.
They're trying to get you with that new marketing.
Yeah, it was constantly doing that. And that's when you could get like 2-for-1. Like you could see Marlboro in magazines.
Do you remember when they were trying to market cigarettes specifically to women, and they would put them in like pink and teal?
Yes.
Stuff all the
They're
time.
like packaging change.
Yeah.
That's how cigarettes were first popularized, was through women.
Well, it's because they need to stay petite.
Yes, they were an appetite.
Well, they also make it like they made it a feminist statement to be like, "You're a woman, you should be able to smoke." So they did.
What men made it that way?
Yeah, that no, literally.
That's funny.
That's what the money's for.
The marketing dude. What's that guy's name? I'm so bad at it, but like the guy that's
Draper.
behind all of the marketing for like literally everything.
Philip Morris?
Yeah, breakfast food and everything. He put it out there to like the women's suffrage movements and all.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that
said,
cigarettes also make our cereal somehow now.
It's like, hey, come out in Pepperidge Farms. Come out to Times Square, and you're gonna all smoke a cigarette, and you're gonna make a big statement. So that's kind of popularized smoking
Yeah,
for
because
women.
I own cigarettes, so
Yeah.
buy them up,
Yeah,
girls.
buy them up, yeah. Yeah, they're burning like LA, and now it's for sale.
And your bras.
Yes,
Days, not weeks.
Yes, burn those, burn those boob
Men
prisons.
hate it
And
when
then
you
the
burn your
60s,
bras.
Yes,
lady.
come on down. Show everybody.
What you got? 1,000 men in 12 hours, and that's how we got there.
Yeah.
Bring that all the way back.
Look, I don't mind the direction it mainly went. That's on the
We
men.
got fun in the middle.
That's on the men.
Oh, I mean,
blame
that's on
men.
The whole everybody involved in that situation is just
No,
roadie.
but it's men who were in line There was 1,057 to 1.
Which is more gross? Her or the last
guy? The last guy is grosser.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
he's aware. First of all, you're in line.
Yeah.
I would argue that she's not gross at all. She's an achiever, and she's there to set she's breaking records. These guys are disgusting.
Yes. She wants to get in the Guinness book for most STDs earned in the time some people sleep.
I don't believe this lady. Okay.
It's 40.9 seconds per person, according to one of the Asian men in line.
The math does not line up. Okay. Doesn't make sense. And she just said it in a video. Like
the math doesn't line up.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't.
But these dudes line up.
Yeah, I guarantee.
Like 100, I can get that. She did it like in 24 hours or something. 100 dudes, gross and degenerate, but believable.
How do you even get 1,000 people in one place? Besides a
and why are they all
stadium?
British? The last one was a British chick, and this one's a British chick. What's
Have
going
a
on?
naked woman offer free sex and see how many dudes show up.
I know. Craigslist. Or
You're going to be
just like a sign
disappointed in
outside.
men real fast.
Fetterman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like there's standards either. What are you checking each one with a flashlight? It's like, no, you're.
And what constitutes? What constitutes? Like, is it just insertion and then you're out? Like, get in there, get out. Or do you have to? Did he come to completion?
I feel there should be some wiggling.
That's what I'm saying. We need to get a Guinness
mean
World Records
physically?
guy in there with the clipboard and have some rules to this, because you can't just be flippantly saying you broke a record. We have standards here.
And if that is the case, if it's like 40 seconds per guy, whatever, what does the rest of their day look like? What, you stood in line for
Just
a couple hours, did that, and then what, you go home?
And now
What do
you
do?
have blue balls and the worst memory ever.
For what?
You stood in
walk
the
of shame.
Go to a
smelliest-
deli on the way home? What are you doing?
Do you think they all went out to dinner after that, like together?
Like a shawarma kind of place?
By the time you're at least number
That was not a good
206,
decision.
you've got to look the woman right in the eye and be like, "I'm sorry, this is happening to you."
Yeah, she can't be like this. The soulless eyes.
Yeah, it's got to be a
nothing
doll's
there.
eyes.
There's nothing there.
No.
A husk.
Every guy in line was just like, I was the best she ever had.
Yeah, she loved it.
That was peak right there.
Yo, I don't know if you noticed what happened, but she squirted.
No.
They're like, actually, her uterus gave out.
It started coming out of her eyes.
not
It was
what
crazy, man.
Crazy, yeah. It didn't stop.
She loved it, man.
Man,
so good.
I squirted for like the next 4 hours. And on that note, thank you, Angela. We will end the show. But let's first go to the end of the world.
Ooh.
That's right. All right. Jimmy Carter recently died at the ripe old age of 100. What Jimmy is the least deserving to make it 100 years?
Fallon?
That's fair.
I would say Jimmy Savile.
You win.
That's
Yeah,
That's him,
he's
right?
the worst
It's gotta
one.
be him.
Yeah, he's the worst one. I'd say Kimmel.
Oh,
He's the worst.
That's the worst.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The worst
Yeah,
one.
you got it, dude. You got
yeah,
it.
we're right in that order.
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
See ya tomorrow.